Step 1. Remove end cap. Using a 6mm hex key, unthread the end cap from the pedal body. Step 2. Removed flanged bearing nut. Fit the 8mm socket from your clip pedal toolkit into the pedal body so it's interfacing with the flanged bearing nut. Fit a 6mm hex key into the back of the 8mm socket tool and the 8mm hex into the inboard side of the pedal axle. Unthread the flanged bearing nut from the pedal axle. Step 3. Remove and clean axle. With the flanged bearing nut removed, the axle will slide out of the pedal body. Slide the 2 rubber seals off the axle, noting their orientation. Using isopropyl alcohol and a cloth, clean the axle. If there's any buildup on the bearing or bushing grinds, the polished parts of the axle, use your scouring pad to clean them up. Isopropyl the axle and wipe it clean. Step 4. Remove bearings. Insert the long end of your 6mm hex key through the inboard side of the pedal body and push all 3 bearings out at the outboard side of the pedal body. Step 5. Remove bushing. Place the threaded side of the bushing tool into the pedal body on the inboard side. Ensuring the tool is centered and straight, turn the bushing tool clockwise by hand while applying pressure to start cutting threads in the bushing. Once the threads bite the bushing, run your 6mm hex key through the hole in the middle of the tool. While holding the pedal body, turn your 6mm hex key clockwise for 5 full rotations with light downward pressure. The tool will thread into the bushing, then the bushing will break free from the pedal body and begin spinning. Once you've completed the 5 turns, pull the 6mm hex and the pedal body apart. The bushing will slide out of the pedal body. Step 6. Clean inside pedal body. Step 7. Press bushing into pedal body. Slide your new bushing onto the smooth, unthreaded side of the bushing tool. Place the tool and bushing into the inboard side of the pedal body. Ensuring the bushing is centered and aligned, tap the end of the bushing tool with a mallet until the bushing is fully seated inside the pedal body. Step 8. Install bearings. Place the first bearing into the outboard side of the pedal body. Using your 8mm socket, push the bearing in until it bottoms out on its seat. Repeat this step for the other 2 bearings. Once the bearings are all stacked together, place the 8mm socket against them and give the back of the 8mm socket a light tap with a mallet. This will ensure all 3 bearings are fully seated. Step 9. Grease and install rubber seals. Slide the larger rubber seal onto the axle first. Ensure the thicker side of the seal is pushed against the flange of the threaded side of the axle. Coat the smaller rubber seal with a thin layer of waterproof grease. Slide it onto the axle and push it against the larger rubber seal. Step 10. Grease and install axle. Coat the axle from the rubber seal all the way to the outboard threads with a layer of waterproof grease. Slide the axle into the pedal body and place the flanged bearing nut in the 8mm socket. Thread the flanged bearing nut onto the axle and tighten to 8 to 9mm. Step 11. Install end cap. Thread the end cap back into the pedal body and tighten to between 2.5 to 3.5 Nm. Congratulations, you've now successfully serviced your clip pedals. Time to go ride. If you're having any problems, please first double check that you've correctly completed all of the above steps. If you're still having problems, please email us at If you're still having troubles, please email us at support@oneupcomponents.com for help. Please include a detailed description of your issue, and photos are often helpful. Thanks.
Thanks.